Today we're going to go one step harder with variables on both sides equations, and we're going to be solving multi-step equations. Lots of parentheses and combining like terms. Let's go ahead and get started. This first problem, I can see that there are a lot of variables. There's parentheses, stuff going on all over the place. The very first thing I need to do is draw my line of balance, and I need to say to myself, I'm going to simplify the left-hand side, and then I'm going to simplify the right-hand side before I do any moving across the line. So to get started, I'm going to deal with the left-hand side. I have these parentheses. I always get rid of parentheses first because I can't combine anything inside with anything outside. Here are my parentheses. What do I distribute? Make sure you go just before the parentheses to the operation. So I'm going to distribute a positive 7 to the inside. I'm going to bring down anything not inside those parentheses. So negative 6p. Positive 7 times 1 is a positive 7. Positive 7 times 3 is a positive 21p. That's the left-hand side. I'm going to go ahead and distribute on the right-hand side. Here's my parentheses. I'm going to distribute a 2. 2 times 7 is 14, and 2 times 8 is 16p. Continuing on, I look at the left-hand side. I still see that there are more than one variable, so I'm going to separate out, and I am going to combine my like terms. So negative 6 is a like term with positive 21. So negative 6 plus 21, let's check that in our calculator. Negative 6 plus 21 is 15. So that gives me 15p plus 7 is equal to, I go to the left-hand side. If I separate out my terms, is there anything to combine? No, there's not. So 14 plus 16p. Now that I have one variable and a number on the left and one variable and a number on the right, I am going to choose which side is my variable side. Okay, which has the bigger variable? Well, 16p is bigger, so that's my variable side. This is my number side. Remember, if you want to do it the opposite way, it'll work out. Just may have a few more negatives. If this side is my number side, what do I need to get rid of? I need to get rid of 15p. When I subtract 15, because it's a positive, I'm going to make sure I do that on the other side. And since I'm dealing with the p's, I'm going to stack it underneath the p variable. And I'm going to simplify. So 15 minus 15 is 0. That zeroes out, equals, left over, positive 7 is equal to 14, because there's no combining there, and 16 minus 15 is 1p. Continuing, if this is my variable side, I need to get rid of 14, so I need to, since it's positive 14, I'm going to subtract 14 from both sides. What do I have left over? 7, and I'm going to bring that up here. 7 minus 14 is negative 7, equals, what's left over on the right-hand side? 1p. Now, 1p is the same as p, so I don't need to do anything else. That is just my answer. Negative 7 is equal to p. All right, let's try another one together. I've got parentheses. I've got parentheses going on each side. So I'm going to draw my line. I'm not going to say which side is my variable side and which side is my number side because I have some on both sides, and right now it's really confusing which side would be bigger. So I'm going to simplify both sides. Let's start with the right-hand side. Distribution. I'm always going to do all my distribution first. I have negative 28x and a negative 49. So minus 49 equals, okay, here's my parentheses. What am I going to distribute? Just the positive 4. Do not fall into the trap of combining 3 plus 4. Okay, while they're both on the outside, this 4 is attached to the parentheses. Don't distribute. Leave it alone. Bring down the 3. 4 times negative 4 is negative 16. Positive 4 times negative 6 is negative 24. I'm still going to wait to see which side is my variable side until both sides are simplified. So let's continue. My left side is simplified because if I separate out my terms, I see that there are no like terms. On the right-hand side, as I separate out my terms, 3, negative 16, and negative 24, I do see that 3 and negative 16 are like terms. So I end up with 3 minus 16 is negative 13. So negative 28 minus x, minus 49 is equal to negative 13 minus 24x. That's a separating line, not a 31. Now I can decide which side has my bigger variable. I've got negative 28 and I've got negative 24. If you remember, negatives are smaller the more you get to the larger numbers. So this is my variable side. Negative 24 is larger. This is my number side. If this is my number side, I'm going to add 28 because I need to do the opposite. I'm going to add 28x to both sides. That zeroes out. I'm left with negative 49 is equal to negative 13. Negative 24 plus 28 is a positive 4x. I'm going to continue. This is my variable side, so let's get rid of negative 13. The way I do that is doing the opposite. Positive 13 plus 13. Negative 49 plus 13. Negative 49 plus 13 gives me negative 36 is equal to 4x. And I'm going to divide by 4 on both sides. Negative 36 divided by 4 is negative 9. So negative 9 is equal to x. All right, it's your turn. Try this one on your own. Press pause, and when you're ready to check your answer, press play. Here's my line. Simplifying both sides first. I can't decide which side's my variable side yet, but I'm going to do all my distribution first. 6 times 1 is 6. 6 times negative 4 is negative 24. Bring everything else down. On the right-hand side, doing the distribution, negative 3 times 3 is negative 9. Negative 3 times negative 2 is positive 6. Now that I have all the distribution done, I'm going to combine like terms. On the left-hand side, as I separate out my terms, I can see that 6 doesn't have any like terms, so I'm going to bring it down. Negative 24 and 3 are like terms, so negative 24 plus 3 is negative 21. That's what's left on the left-hand side. Let's go to simplify the right. I separate out my terms, and I see that I do have some terms to combine. Negative 9 and negative 6 make negative 15r. Negative 9 plus negative 6 is negative 15r. Positive 6 has no like terms. And remember, I can't combine the things across that barrier line. I've got to keep them separate. Now that I have my variables and my numbers all simplified, I am going to pick a variable side. Negative 15 is larger, sorry. Negative 15 is larger, so that's my variable side, and this is my number side. If this is my number side, I'm going to get rid of negative 21 plus 21. Negative 15 plus 21 is 6. So what do I have left over? I have 6. That zeroes out, equals 6r plus 6. Lots of 6's. Then what am I going to do? If this is my variable side, I need to get rid of the positive 6. So I'm going to subtract 6. 6 minus 6 is 0. So I am left with a big fat 0 equals 6r. And when I divide by 6, 0 divided by 6 is 0. So r is equal to 0. All right. Go ahead and work on your assignment on Canvas. If you have any questions, please reach out.